Hey guys, what's up? It's munclesonkey, and I'm doing some Dungeoneering at the moment. At the moment, I'm doing floor 50, which is kind of annoying because this is just one of those floors where it's very difficult to find a team for. So I had to just, stand at the home base in World 77 and just say doing World 50 over and over and over until finally I did end up getting a team, which was kind of lucky. But what I did want to discuss is this is the last time I'll ever have to do floor 50 because I'm a 45k away from level 101 Dungeoneering. So I'm going to be unlocking a new floor with that and a new boss, and even more importantly, a new music track that might not seem like a very normal thing to look forward to, but I actually put quite some time yesterday into unlocking a whole bunch of music tracks. Two of them were really annoying. Because you had to play a game of, or at least get into a game of Trouble Brewing, and no one has played Trouble Brewing for like the past 5 years. So yeah, I had to do a bit of convincing with people in the friends chat to come along, and I had a couple friends come as well. And we got into a Trouble Brewing game because there was enough of us, but it was a huge pain. I ended up paying a couple people 1 mil each for coming, so, just because it was kind of a nice thing to do for them to take time out of their day to help me just unlock a couple music tracks. But I did get those music tracks unlocked. They are a Completionist cape requirement, and even though I'm not going for the Completionist cape quite yet, I will be at some point. So I'm now at 292 out of 200, or 229. 929 out of 932 music tracks. So the only ones I need left are the three ones that I will unlock from Dungeoneering, and I'm dying at the moment, getting hit extremely hard. It does tend to happen from time to time. I have been trying to get people in the FC to dunge, but I can completely understand because I've been doing mostly like floor 47 and stuff, and most of the people that want to dunge are lower Dungeoneering levels. And although I would be willing to do some lower occult floors and stuff like that, not just for one person. If there's several people in the FC that want to dunge on a lower floor, I'll do it. But if it's only one person, I would rather not lose 20k XP just to do one floor with a guy, if that makes any sense. I'm trying not to be mean, trying my best to explain myself thoroughly here. Anyway, I do love doing my warps. Obviously, as I'm not the highest Dungeoneering level, I don't get a whole lot of warps to do because I'm only 100 Dungeoneering and I still have a lot of floors still to unlock. But every level up that I get, or every other level up that I get, I should say, I unlock a new floor to do, and so 101 Dungeoneering is going to unlock me a floor, and I guess people are leaving. That just is the curse of World 77, really. You get to do a dungeon and people will just leave without any cause. Sometimes they DC, but most of the time they just rage quit. They'll like take a death and just leave immediately, which is extremely annoying. If people disconnect, I can completely understand that, but it is kind of annoying because you screw over 4 other people and waste their time if you leave just out of anger or just out of not willing to do the dungeon for whatever reason. And, oh look, they returned. That's kind of nice. Sometimes that happens. Anyway, I'm going to try to finish up this dungeon. I'm going to get 101 DG. I'm going to unlock a new boss, which is called the Hope Devourer. And the best thing about that new boss, the Hope Devourer, is I get to get my Sagittarian body as soon as I get it. I'm using a Tyranno leather body at the moment, which is a level 70, so it's like a tier 8 item, I believe level 70 is. It's a very low tier item though, and it's not very good. And I just have never gotten a better range body than that. And I also spend most of my time in Dungeoneering ranging. I'll occasionally mage or melee, but most of the time when I DG I range. So it's going to be very extremely useful to unlock the Sagittarian body. Even with the frustration of people leaving sometimes, I think Dungeoneering is still by far one of my favorite skills. I can't quite decide whether Dungeoneering or Slayer is my favorite. There are times when I'll do like a 15-minute large and get a whole ton of XP and be talking with people in the dungeon, just have like a great time, and I'll be like, oh yeah, Dungeoneering is my favorite skill. And then there's those times where you'll get like 5 ferret rooms in a dungeon and tons of levers, and people will be retarded and not know how to kill bosses and that sort of stuff. And then you'll just get extremely frustrated and be like, I hate this skill, it's the worst. So it really just depends on who you're dungeoneering with. I have a couple friends that are actually pretty good at dungeoneering and that I try to dungeoneer with, but that doesn't always happen because people have their own schedules and they can't always adhere to your schedule. So But all in all, Dungeoneering is still by far one of my more favorite skills, and I'm planning on training it. I probably will stop after 101. I did have one friend who said he wanted to do a bit of Dungeoneering later, so that might happen. But I'll be back to skilling soon. I promise. I got really burnt out by doing some skills that weren't exactly the most fun, and so I've just been taking a little short break, doing some Dungeoneering, and enjoying RuneScape again. Lately, I have been getting really unlucky with dungeons because this has happened a lot. I'll show you in a sec when everything is dead. As you can see from the map, it's very spread out and there isn't a whole lot of paths to go, so everyone has to kind of go down one or two paths, and there's a lot of puzzle rooms. And that's been happening a lot with me lately in Dungeoneering. It's extremely frustrating. Lots of puzzle rooms and lots of linear dungeons means the dungeons take much longer than they should. For example, this barrel room. I hate the barrel room. It's like one of the slowest puzzle rooms of them all, and by far one of the most annoying in my opinion. So I guess a question I could pose to all of you guys that are really into Dungeoneering is, what is your favorite and least favorite bosses in Dungeoneering? These guys look like, I guess that's a GD. It looked like a ferret room at first, which would be even worse. But my favorite boss in Dungeoneering would be by far Necrolord, because I range in Dungeoneering, and range makes that boss, I would say, maybe even the easiest boss in the entire game. That's considering that you are on a complexity 6 large with 5 other people, that is. But that would be my favorite boss, and my least favorite boss is Blink. I hate him. He does a ton of damage, and he pretty much kills you every single time you get him if you try to kill him legitimately and if you don't have a lot of food. So that would be by far my least favorite boss and my favorite boss. Let me know what yours is. Also, if you want to Dungeoneer, anyone that's listening to this video at any time, and you have like a decently high Dungeoneering level, you can join my friends chat and just let me know, and if I'm doing some Dungeoneering, we can team up and do some of that. And of course, 100 construction required. I do not have level 100 construction. Another thing that they really need to fix is the pathfinding in Dungeoneering. As you can see, like, my character is just running around like a derp around all the barrels instead of running the correct way, and that's just because the pathfinding in this game is really, really bad in certain puzzle rooms, especially in puzzle rooms in Dungeoneering. There's a couple of quests where you can really notice it as well. Just the pathfinding is not very good at all, and it does get really annoying at times.